Alright, so America is a unique country, and growing up, I realized how unique it really was. For example, college sports are treated more like professional sports, maybe even bigger than professional sports, actually. And even prescription drugs get advertised sometimes.
Some people have had changes in behavior, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping chantix. If you notice agitation, hostility, depression...
That was a bit of a culture shock to me when I learned that other countries outside of North America at most don't do that. But another thing that's unique about the land of the free, the national anthem being played before games. I always thought it was a very interesting tradition that we've had, playing the national anthem before every single game, even if it's not significant. Like, for example, I started getting into sports. I'm 5 years old, and I always found playing the national anthem before games intriguing. I always thought it was intriguing, but at the same time, you're young, you think the way that you see things is the way it's supposed to be. But as I got older and looked into other cultures and how they do things, I realized that's only an Anglo-American thing, plus French Canada. And I started to wonder why. Why is that the case? Yeah, like I said, America's a unique country. If you live in America and haven't watched any sports outside, you'll actually realize that they don't really play the national anthem before games. Why? It's not really needed. And I dig into deeper why that it's played before games. Well then, let me tell you a brief history lesson, I guess. We had a bunch of national anthems before. The Star-Spangled Banner became the anthem in 1916. I assume it's a lot younger than other national anthems, but yeah. Yeah, the lyrics derive from the defense of Fort McHenry, which dates back to 1814. Actually, it's almost just as old, but it became the national anthem in around the 1910s. It was recognized for its official use in the US Navy by President Woodrow Wilson in 1916. Then it was deemed the American national anthem through a congressional resolution that President Herbert Hoover signed in 1931. So, in a way, our national anthem is pretty young. The reason why it's sung before sporting events, and yes, what I mean by sporting events, it's actually sung before not just professional sports. You'll also hear it before like college games, like football, American football, basketball. And yes, even high school does that. I'd understand if it's professional, but the fact that it's high school, like, it's no point, really. But it was originally for patriotic celebrations. So like Independence Day and like parades and stuff like that. That's the only time they ever sang the national anthem. It was never required to be played before games. Despite becoming popular in the 19th century, after the First World War, it was like the perfect place to pledge allegiance to the land of America, Which is why today we sing it before games. Baseball games, professional games, and all types of games, man. Okay, my brief thoughts on it. At the time, it was pretty good to sing the national anthem before games. At that time, right after World War I, because it was a very violent war, to say the least. I hate that word, honestly. But at the same time, times were different back then, It's to show the accomplishments of Americans. But honestly, only for that year or the year after. Because I'm starting to think we should stop playing the national anthem before games. There are several reasons why I don't think it should be played in games at all. And here's my reasons personally. I know everyone's got a different opinion, but yeah. Reason number one. I came here for entertainment and athletics, not to be patriotic. I literally came here for the game, for the entertainment itself, not to pay tribute to legal mafias, legal gang members that are currently killing kids across the sea. Honestly, that's just the way I see the army, honestly. Like, if you really think about it. Or even countries in general, think about it. They all got their own symbols, their own slang, their own hand symbols, yeah. Their own colors, own laws to follow, shit like that, etc., etc. And that's why I would never ever join the military ever. Why? Because my parents told me never join a gang. I see that as a gang. But other than that, I just think there's no need for it. Like, it's not played before movies at a cinema. It's not played before talk shows. Like, imagine if Jimmy Kimmel had played the national anthem before his shows. I guess it's acceptable, like I said, before events, but otherwise, it's really not needed. And it's not played before wedding ceremonies or funerals either, with some exceptions, of course. And it's definitely not played in schools. Ah, shit. Wait a minute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. My life I give to my country. With my hands I fight for.
Another reason why the national anthem shouldn't be played before games. It's just repetitive at this point. We hear it all the fucking time, and I just don't care about it anymore. And it was originally made to celebrate the end of the First World War. And I know they had a big impact, but it got to the point where it just became like too repetitive and bland, simply. I know like all these reasons that I'm mentioning here right now aren't necessarily the best reasons, but this is just completely my opinion of best what I can come up with. And like, in the moment, I understood why they did it before games, like back then, but nowadays, it's not really needed anymore. Okay, but here's my honest opinion. I feel like just worshipping and simping these people like gods is pointless. There are no heroes in wars to begin with. And like I said, I see countries as other types of gangs, you know? Like you got the GDs, the Crips, the Bloods. I feel like they're low-key no different to other countries like these US, Canada, Islamic State of Afghanistan, Kazakhstan. I really don't see a difference at all. And besides, there hasn't been a major war since like World War II. So really, what's the point? What's honestly the freaking point of singing the national anthem before every game? It's become bland at this point, like I said. I know my main argument is it's bland and it's pointless. But honestly, my main argument is also the fact that I literally just came for entertainment. And also heard like this is like a war anthem too. I guess it's appropriate because when you're in sports, it hypes you up and all that type of stuff. However, I know some things should never be forgotten, especially what they did during World War II or like other activism movements in the country in general. So my alternative, if we're not gonna stop playing it during games, I think play during only special occasions. Like play during national holidays, so like Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, MLK, 9/11. Any day where you get holiday pay. Speaking of which, why don't we get holiday pay on 9/11? Like those 3,000 people didn't die for nothing, you know? Play before the first home game for each team. That'd be a good time to play it. Play during a final, so like a championship match, like the Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA Finals, etc. Or international matches. Then again, every country plays it during international matches like World Cup football and basketball, World Baseball Classic, etc. The Hockey World Cup or whatever it's called. I mean, you kind of have to. I feel like, not just have to, I feel like it's very, very appropriate to play it. But other than that, I literally just came there for entertainment. Honestly, at the end of the day, if it keeps playing before games, like officially at least, it's whatever. It's not the end of the world, but people have to respect other people's opinions if they decide not to stand. Honestly, I always dreaded standing before the national anthem because I just simply don't believe in it. Honestly, I just came to watch a game and I just feel like standing for the national anthem is just so freaking corny. I do it anyway because what if someone like heckles me, you know? And I know there's a saying of like, don't care what people think, but in America, if you don't stand for the national anthem, it's like they put you in gunpoint, you know? And people go crazy for the national anthem. They act like fucking this dude right here. It's a patriotic American's version of Pornhub. Once they hear it, it's like a loud ass moan, and then they all of a sudden like have a huge fucking pool of semen in their pants. People can think of me as a piece of shit if I don't stand for the national anthem. That's okay. That's okay. People have a right to their own opinions and thoughts, you know? But going around harassing the dude for not doing it? Like, bro, come on. At the end of the day, just make people still feel welcome. Like, at this point, you're just creating an unwelcoming environment, you know? And besides, people shouldn't even bother if someone doesn't decide to stand. Like the simpism towards America, like I've stated earlier, it's so fucking strong, dude. If America made an OnlyFans, you bet your ass that that a bunch of patriotic Americans would be spending millions on it, for sure. And besides, not other countries played before their domestic games. They don't really play it in England unless it's the FA Cup final. They don't play it at all during the Champions League. To be fair, I don't think we play the national anthem before the CONCACAF champions. But yeah, they don't really play it before domestic games. You know why? Because I'm just here to watch the game. Like, I know that's like not the best excuse, but I'm literally coming here for one purpose and one purpose only. And it just kills the vibe, and it only fits in for like certain occasions. And like I said, like during special occasions, like certain days, an opening day or whatever, that's definitely a perfect time. Like, it's crazy how in NFL, they have like a bunch of like fighter jets flying through and a bunch of fireworks. I never think I'd ever see such a thing, even though I've seen it like a billion times already at this point. But at the end of the day, if people want to sing it unofficially before games, I know that has happened before. Go ahead, go figure, honestly. But honestly, I find that hella cringy, bro.
Due to technical difficulties, we will not be playing the national anthem. Let's play ball.
But that's just my opinion. Like, hey, if some people find it okay, it's fine. It's fine. Like, I won't tell you to shut the fuck up or anything. But I have the right to think it's stupid, right? Honestly, I'd be okay with it. But honestly though, like, I'm okay with it. Because you're not really harming anyone at the end of the day. You're not killing anyone singing the national anthem. You're not assaulting anyone. You're not raping anyone. But I still think it's stupid. I guess the only exception that it will harm someone is if America has done something really bad to them, like kill their mom or something. But at the same time, I'd be like, why are you here then? But yeah, at the end of the day, like I said 1,000 times already, it's a stupid tradition in my opinion. If we continue singing it before games, I'll take it. But at the same time, it's pointless. But yeah, if you liked it, I'll like it. If you dislike it, like it anyway. Hit the red button, follow the Twitter, and yeah, see ya. Peace.